Hey guys, what's going on? You're watching the Constitutional Confederate. I'm your host, John. Welcome to another cold, gray Carolina morning. So, I just took an exam for learning and conditioning psychology class, and I bombed it, less than 50%. But I really just don't care. I've got no motivation. I like doing the live Zooms and the discussions, don't get me wrong. I kind of do look forward to those, at least in some of my classes. But as far as the work goes, whatever else, I have no motivation and I really don't care. I mean, it's been like this since the beginning of the semester. I'm just like, eh. You know, had a plan for something yesterday. I was excited about it in the morning, and that didn't go the way it was supposed to go either. But I got a question for Nancy Mace. Seems to be a lot of locals are talking about her in the Charleston area here. Some people don't. Some people are not happy with her. Just in her first 2 weeks being up there in DC. There's probably quite a few. Kelly Golden was talking about it today on her show. Who don't agree with her not supporting the vote to not certify certain electorals back on January. And, Nancy turned around and she stated why she wasn't going to support that. It wasn't going to overturn the election. There was no legal ramification left to overturn the election, and so on. And I agree with her. And I supported her decision for that. While at the same time, I supported Ted Cruz. Even Ted Cruz turned around and said, it's not going to overturn the election. We're not trying to overturn the election. He was just trying to get a 10-day audit as to what happened with the voting and voting procedures. If there was a problem, find the problem so that we can fix it. That was Ted Cruz's thing. And yeah, after the dumbasses decided to storm the Capitol, there was almost all support for that was lost, and pretty much all the electorals just flew right through unchallenged, which that part doesn't surprise me either. I mean, as soon as I saw on the news what was going on at the Capitol, I knew that was going to happen. Whenever it was that they reconvened, that everything was just going to go right through. But, Nancy's talked about she's on 3 committees. She's on the 3 committees that she wanted and she asked for, which is good, I guess. I mean, one of them has something to do with integrity. I don't really understand. Whatever. But yeah, currently there's a lot of people who voted to have her up there, and they're now questioning her being up there. And I guess it was last week, she did an interview, very, very brief, but she did an interview on the Kelly Golden show, and it's supposedly the first time she's done an interview since going to DC for her swearing in and everything else. Which that can't be entirely true. I mean, it's probably her first time on Kelly Golden, but I mean, even while she was in DC, I think it was either the same day or the day after, she did an interview talking about how she didn't agree with it and how stupid it was. Which, again, I agree with her. It was stupid. Now, I admit I got caught up in the moment and I was kind of excited. Didn't mean I agreed with it or supported it. But Nancy, I want to know, what the hell are you actually going to do up there? Are you going to see this? I doubt it. You going to respond to it? I doubt it. Local podcaster in your district voted for you I seriously doubt you remember who I am, but when you were in the state assembly, I would send you questions and ask you questions on Instagram about the bills you were putting up and some of the other stuff, even on Facebook, and I got responses from you. But I know you see like probably thousands of those a day from more than just your district, so no, you probably don't remember me. But you put up a bill that had something to do with arguing with something to do with rape, and I turned around and asked the question, you know, who's going to stand and be the voice of men that are raped or attempted rape? Who's going to help them and offer them support? Because even in the law enforcement side, they don't usually get advocate support. And that's even if they report it. Less than 1% of males report it. But my question for you, what about your veterans? You're in a veteran retirement community, very heavy on veterans. And for disability acceptance and percentage ratings, the country's broken up into areas. I've got friends who live out in the Midwest who've gotten very high ratings for very minor whatever things. I've had a lot of vets here that I've met that are in the same boat that I am, and they've either been denied or significantly downgraded. Was put out to pasture on a medical discharge. I've been fighting for 15 years. I was granted 10% for hearing. Was forced to go back to work, went back to work. Chose another high-stress job. Chose another high-stress job after that, before I got injured. Injury led to finding a tumor in the middle of my spinal cord. Can't be confirmed it's from active duty service, but there's a high probability that it could have been. Working aircraft maintenance, and everything on the aircraft is a carcinogen. Even Abby's grumbling. She doesn't like hearing this story anymore. Now I'm left with nerve damage to over 3/4 of my body. Tired, trouble walking, weak. Been in physical therapy 3-4 times, no improvement. 10%. That's all I got. While I was working in those 2 high-stress career fields, I started spiraling. That was when it was evident that my med discharge might not have been BS. Got a counselor, got 2 counselors, got a psychiatrist and a psychologist. I'm on meds every day. Still can't get my rating improved. Getting ready to lose my GI Bill, my post 9/11 bill, because the time's run out. And I've still got like 2 semesters at least to finish 1 degree, and probably another 2 or 3 semesters or years to finish the 2nd degree. I'm not that worried about the degrees. They're just pieces of paper. Got bills to pay. Got back bills to pay. Not like for my back, but arrearage bills to pay. Hell, I haven't gotten a bill from the VA in over a year for my meds. And then Friday, I got a balloon payment from the pharmacy for over $300. So Nancy, what the hell are you gonna do? This question has been rolling around in my head for a while. I kind of wish I'd said something to Joe Cunningham about it the 2 times that I spoke to him, but he was asking questions about veterans in school. he came to my school and talked to us in the veterans program. I probably should have brought some of this stuff up. Told you, I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat, I'm a constitutionalist. I don't care what political party, what side of the fence, or whatever else you're on, I'll talk to you. But you're up there in Washington, and the veterans, even though this is a district thing, because the country's divided into 4 disability districts or 5 disability districts, it's a district thing, yes, but it's still federal. What are you going to do? You couldn't have done anything while you were in the state assembly. I know and understand that. You're in a position to do something now. What are you going to do? You got vets out here that need help, not just me. There's a lot of us. I was encouraged to sign up for the burn pit registry. Didn't even know that I qualified for it. But I did. Went and did it, but you know what? It really doesn't do anything for me. They send me a survey every once in a while. Whoopee. There's no treatment or anything that goes with that. Loud noise registry. On it. Worked on jets. Loss of hearing. Tinnitus. Ringing in the ears. Didn't give me anything. Hearing's getting worse. Ralph Johnson VA Center here. They don't do appointments for vision and hearing, even though I'm supposed to be qualified for both. It's a walk-in with first come, first serve. Getting down there is a problem, let alone sitting there for 8 hours to be the 3rd or 4th person to have your vision or hearing checked. The only thing that they do appointments for in those 2 departments is if you're picking up glasses or if you're picking up a hearing aid. My neurosurgeon's great. He's actually put in referrals that probably shouldn't have been done by him, should have been done by my primary, but my primary is garbage. I've had 3 primaries at the VA because I don't have insurance. My primary is garbage. I get sick and tired of hearing him tell me that what's bothering me is I have tattoos and piercings. When I went to an emergency room somewhere else and they told me I had shingles, treated me for shingles, and it worked. Kind of got the question of what the hell is he doing at the VA when most vets have piercings and tattoos. That's kind of prejudice. And I really don't appreciate being told that. Hell, I had to fight to get an arthritis panel. He didn't want to do it. Finally did it, came back positive. I have arthritis. My right shoulder's fucking done. My knees are probably done. I just can't feel anything below the waist because of the nerve damage. But I had a lot of knee pain and a lot of problems beforehand. Couldn't get an MRI. After the arthritis panel came back positive, he said it's probably arthritis. No big deal. I've been in the medical field. Arthritis is a big deal. I met a veteran while I was at school at Trident. She was medically discharged because she physically couldn't perform after a surgery. I want to say a knee surgery or a hip surgery from when she was on active duty and got hurt. She goes to the VA for treatment and they tell her she's overweight. She needs to lose weight. They're not looking at the scar tissue buildup. They're not looking at the fact that she was 100% before the surgery. She's got 10%. What are you going to do, Nancy? Because she's out here in your district as well. I'm really getting tired of hearing from vets and talking to vets who don't have the disability ratings that they deserve, especially vets who've been medically discharged from active service, and then the VA is downgrading them. What are you going to do? I gotta go get ready for my next class. Y'all watch your six.